And later today, Anas Aremeya's much anticipated 2-hour video exposing rot in Ghana's football will be screened. Ahead of the screening, former Chief Executive Officer of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Herbert Mensah, is calling for the resignation and prosecution of those indicted, as 15 referees and some members of the Executive Committee of the FA have already been notified about their involvement.
The question is that when people do wrong in Ghana, we say, oh, leave it. You know, I'm not of that opinion. I think you've reached a point where it is that where wrongdoing is done, irrespective of the law, people either must be able to get up and say, I am a public officer representing the interests of the people, and I have let them down, step down. Whether it's a matter that you now go into another world, or whether you face the rigors of the law, or whatever it is, the imagery of who you are determines the future of our children and our children's children in terms of sports and development of where they go. So if you're saying there are referees who've admitted they've taken money to influence matches, resignation is the first step. A strong action even before the viewing of the tape today should be there. You know, and those who are then responsible, who have not put a system of checks and balances in place, should be called in order. The statements are not accusatory. They're just simply a matter of fact. And if there is wrongdoing within the FA, then I would expect them, as people of integrity or otherwise, to take a position. And if there isn't, then people need to apologize to them. But I'm saying if, because I have not seen the tape. But if that is the case, let us set a standard. Let us clear the way. Let us clear the field. Let Ghana be free. Let us see a new way forward. And hopefully from there, true talent will shine.
And the Right to Information Bill is now ready for consideration by the General House of Parliament, or the plenary. Well, this was after extensive consultations by Parliament's Constitution and Legal Affairs Committee, which has also recommended that the House should approve it. Well, the report will be laid on the floor later today. Speaker Michael Quay referred the bill to the committee in March after it was laid in Parliament. Committee Chairman Ben Abdullah is not expecting any major changes to the original bill when it is approved by the House.
The committee has finished with its work and has submitted its reports to the plenary, and the report has been distributed. So, you know, a motion was advertised in the order paper yesterday, but unfortunately, we couldn't take the motion. So we expect and hope that probably tomorrow the motion will be taken and the bill would have been taken through the second reading. Then it will be due for the consideration stage.
Has anything fundamentally changed in the bill that was brought to the House following the work of the committee? Are you recommending any major changes?
Some amendments have been made to the exemption clauses, but fundamentally they remain the same. For instance, somebody was proposing that we should make all the amendments issues-based, but not institutions-based. Therefore, we should not single out the office of the president, that information going to the office of the president is exempt. But we should speak to specific issues. For instance, issues concerning national security matters or public health should be looked at, instead of saying that the exemption should be based on institutions. But that proposition was not accepted by the committee. But I don't know, you know, when it gets to the consideration stage on the floor of Parliament, any member at all who is not a member of the joint committee can raise an issue to that effect, and if it's accepted by the plenary, I think same will pass through.
Now let's take you to the Ashanti region, and the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly is distributing 1,000 waste bins across the city as it relaunches a sanitation campaign dubbed Keep Kumasi Clean and Green. Well, city authorities say this, together with a tree planting exercise, will ultimately help overcome the filth that has engulfed the city. At a ceremony to mark World Environment Day, the Kumasi mayor, Osei Asibeintwi, said some corporate institutions have so far committed to the Assembly's cause to get rid of filth in the city. Nana Mensa has more in the next report.
Residents of Kumasi generate about 1,500 tons of waste daily. The city's central business district of Edum alone accounts for 250 tons of the quantity. Waste collection alone costs the Metro Assembly millions of cedis. Currently, it owes waste companies about 163 million Ghana cedis, for which officials have called for government bailout. Sweepers at the central market are complaining about low remuneration for their services.
We are marked 9 Ghana cedi a day. The money is not enough, so we need them to increase it. The work here in the central market is very hectic, so they should try and increase our pay. We sweep the market and we carry the waste away. We sometimes close at 1 a.m.
Esibenchi spells out what will go into the latest campaign after several of such initiatives have made little impact in the past.
I'm not warning residents, but I'm educating the residents and I'm informing the residents that the war against indiscipline is our war. It's not my war, it's our war. And therefore, let us all get involved. And I'll use this opportunity also to invite the media, that the media is the major stakeholders. Please, every morning, every afternoon, every evening, dedicate some of your time by preaching the gospel that we have to keep the city clean and green.
He also touched on plans to partner recycling companies to turn waste into useful materials.
Investors trying to lure them to come and process our waste. We have also had we have met countless number of investors. Last year, at the end of last year, we have met 52 investors that we have actually showcased the opportunities that we have. I do not see waste as a problem, but I see them as an opportunity where we can turn them into the manufacturing of fertilizer and also generation of electricity.
Chairman of Operation Clean and Green Committee, Professor Kojosafu Kantanka, wants city authorities to introduce stiffer sanctions to deal with sanitation offenders.
At least some must be scapegoats somehow. And when we begin to do it consistently for maybe 2 years, we'll make a lot of impact. And the teachings are also going on. The law enforcement is also going on. The provisions have been going on.
Reporting for Joy News, Nana Mensa.
And that's it for the latest news update. We have more news as we review the newspapers. Look at the front back pages in detail of the various newspapers we have, and look at myjoyonline.com and the other online portals. Please get interactive. Facebook, JoyNews on TV. Regularly, you can watch us there as well and give us more of your comments. Let us know what you think about many of the things confronting you and those that are dominating your discussion platforms. Right now, we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll review those newspapers and the online portals. Stay with us.